the 2-2 game. I thought they would book their ticket earlier, but then you see who are the two teams that they've actually lost games to, that being Na'Vi and then Vitality, and you can't really hold that too much against them.
Yeah, and they actually have to face Sangal, who, to make it to round number 5, had to beat Fantasy and Luminar. So you can see there's a little bit of a contrast in terms of opponents. But that's the beauty of it. Currently, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and having lost out to Heroic to begin the thing out, I think is what got them in the situation that they're in. Well, to begin with, at least. 16-6, we don't need to reflect too much onto that on the Sangal side. Now, for MOUZ Sports, yes, Vitality 2-1. You can grab that one. You could take it either way you would like. But are the stars aligning here for the side of MOUZ Sports, Janko?
Well, it does look like it. Also, they don't need stars. They have good foundation. I mean, they're playing good CS with this team, right? So that's why, for me, it comes back to something along the lines of the Bad News Eagles Force game from last night, right? You could see a Force team full of inexperienced players, good players, but young and inexperienced, and just Jerry as the veteran get completely trounced by the aggression and the style from Bad News Eagles, right? So that's the one thing that you maybe can be worried about if you're a MOUZ fan, right? If that happens straight, if they start losing, will they get into their head, oh no, we're going to fail, right? The fear of failure. Will they start playing not to lose instead of play to win? And someone like Sangal, they have nothing to lose, really. I mean, no one expected them to make it this far. They're in this situation, and if they play, you know, with a lot of courage, they could just pull off an upset here.
So when we look at the MOUZ details, right, the nitty-gritty, you start thinking about a guy like Exertion. How influential is he here, Maniac?
Well, I don't think he's been shining too bright at this tournament. I think he's been quietly doing his job, but he just embodies the philosophy that MOUZ have been having. Hell, they've basically recruited their NXT roster, 3 players at least into this. So it's a bit of an investment for long term. I don't think you're going to get the return on investment immediately.
I was even joking when there was that news post that they released Shu from his academy contract, and he allowed him to play with Gamer Legion. Like, ooh, Dexter and Frozen breathe a sigh of relief. Actually, the way that guy's been playing and calling Gamer Legion, that might have even been a mistake from MOUZ. You might have as well just got him as well instead of Dexter, who isn't blowing anyone's mind out, right, with his play or anything, especially if that guy was the in-game leader in the academy team, knowing all the players, knowing the coach. I mean, maybe they actually
who knows?
missed out on all the grief, you know, they were getting for the timings of their upgrades from the academy players. You know, this might have been the one that they actually needed the most and missed out on.
But in terms of academy projects, I feel like MOUZ Sports have kind of embraced that the best probably out of any of the teams in the pro circuit. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think they've had the most success in terms of the quantity of the players, and not to say anything against the quality of those players. They're very, very good. But, you know, I have to look towards Na'Vi and look at like Monacy and Bit, you know, as the 2 prospects that came from that program, and also put Na'Vi up there with MOUZ. But without a doubt, MOUZ is, I don't know, top 3, I guess, has to be in any sort of a conversation.
And that's the future of Counter-Strike, Maniac.
Yes, it is. The question is always, what are you trading? Are you trading short-term, some losses in here, to be better in the future? Because right now, all that matters is to win that best of 3. But I still think that the baseline for MOUZ is good, is excellent, in fact. And I don't believe that Sangal have any say in this game. And this is why it might turn really weird. Because by all accounts, this should be MOUZ. That should be it. Yeah. Sangal was just a team that, at the last RMR at the time, just barely flew through it. We didn't really see them. So are we not giving them enough credit? I'm not giving them any chance really in this game.
I mean, you look at it on paper, it looks like it should be a landslide, all things considered. Let's go ahead and check out Malta. What do we got with Exertion?
Exertion, great to get to catch up with you ahead of your final matchup here at the IEM Road to Rio. You've only been on the side of MOUZ for a couple of months. What would you say has been kind of your biggest learning experience during that time?
I mean, hard to say a single thing, maybe. I think it's been everything. A lot of people have taught me a lot of stuff here, if it's the staff, if it's the players in the team, or even the opponents I'm playing against. So yeah, just everything, maybe.
And of course, if you win this matchup versus Sangal, this will spell your first ever major. What would that mean to you?
I mean, it would mean the world, right? It's a dream of everyone, I think, who plays CS. It's the goal of every one of us, the starting goal, I would call it, because I want to achieve greatness. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the match and excited to play it.
You said just before we were going live that, you know, you have a good mentality coming into things. You're feeling quite confident. How do you make sure of that ahead of coming into the game? I
mean, you just got to realize what situation you're in, right? Like, you can be the favorite and you can also be the underdog. But at the end of the day, both have the disadvantages and advantages. It depends how you use it, in my opinion. And yeah, we're obviously favorites coming into this matchup. Everyone knows it. And yeah, just got to expect that Sangal put up a good game. But if we play our A game, we're going to beat them, basically, yeah.
I also just briefly want to get your take on the Israeli scene at the moment, because we've seen both Flamesy and Spinks as well already qualifying for those major spots. How do you kind of view the development in the scene lately?
It's really rapid, I would say. Not too long ago, we didn't even have much players in Tier 1. I think the first one was Flamesy and then Spinks. And yeah, we even have, we had Blue Phoenix, Mestal, and Mori played the Asia qualifier, and they reached basically the last spot, and they lost the last match. So yeah, they could have made it as well. So I'm very proud of them. But yeah, the scene is growing really massively, and there's a lot more attention now to all the players, basically.
Well, Xerxon, best of luck going into this matchup. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, luck might be on their side, Freya, but first and foremost, we need to know where we're playing. And in terms of crossovers, I don't think we're going to see a Dust 2 or a Nuke on this one.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with Overpass. Both teams are undefeated on the map with these rosters. Will someone pick it? Will they decide to let it go? And that will be the decider map. Both teams also very good on Mirage, so those are a couple of interesting ones. And MOUZ trying to go here with the punish pick of Vertigo.
Yeah, that really is a punish. I thought it would be a conversation between Overpass and Mirage. Two maps were available for MOUZ, two great maps for them, but they've decided that on Vertigo they would anyway be the better team. Ancient to close off the dessert of their meal, if you wish.
Now, you tell me, Maniac, what are the odds we get to Ancient?
None.
Damn. Just zero, not even 0.01, just not happening. Nada, Dondada, zilch.
I think it's a 2-0 MOUZ. Otherwise, it would be a great surprise, a great upset from Sangal. If they actually managed to make it a third map, it'd be a gigantic upset.
Yeah, and you know, I won't sugarcoat it here, Yanko. I'm not going to sit here and try to hype up Sangal in a way and say that they are, you know, they've got a real chance and like, hey, we should be on the lookout for this, that, and the other. But truthfully, how do MOUZ go about losing this game for themselves?
Well, I think if they, you know, get inside their own heads too much, right? We heard it from Xerxon as well. They know that they're the better team. You just need to play like it. That's what happens sometimes. The better teams, they don't play like they're the favorites. They play like they're the underdogs. They give too much space to the opponents. They're too scared of making mistakes, so they don't want to lose rounds that could potentially lose them games, right? And you can't go about it that way, Trace.
No, you absolutely cannot. Thank you very much, Yanko. Thank you very much, Matthew, or Maniac, whatever we want to call you. We're going to go ahead and jump into this game. It's Sangal taking on MOUZ in a 2-2 placement. Swiss round of 5. Let's roll.
Inexperience is the big conversation here for MOUZ not being able to close. Matt, I don't know how you feel about that one. It seems like the devs think that Sangal, they don't have any chance. I think Matthew said none.
Well, possibly. I mean, MOUZ, look, let's go back to Pro League not that long ago. Looked super solid in the group stage. Obviously, this is a team that has the skills still there. You know, JDC looks pretty solid. Dexter, another player that obviously you know well. You've kicked him out of Australia for not, you know, acknowledging you on
he
Twitter,
kicked me out of Australia.
Fair enough, fair enough. And Frozen's another guy that's incredibly talented at times. Just need to get the pieces going at the right situation and get that consistency. But yeah, Sangal, I don't know if I give them much in this.
Yeah, and that's why Yanko's point about the fact that MOUZ are playing, you know, fundamentally good Counter-Strike should be their biggest positive in this. They don't necessarily need the star names to pop off here today, but if that expectation, if that conversation is felt in the MOUZ camp, they might have a tussle on their hands here against Sangal, who have battled to get to this point. Now they've got the banana control they were looking for, setting up and ready to execute. Frozen's Julies is the scariest component of all of this for Sangal.
Certainly is. Xerxon already putting out the smoke, getting the Qs, and Frozen will be above that, so let's see if he can find anything. Flash has to look away. His teammate already getting kills, getting damage in as well. Soulfly, though, does turn to get both. He finds the entries required for Sangal, and it's Torji that wants to get inside of the smoke, firing in. But Kabui's got the smoke down.
Flash for Dexter here.
Bomb down.
Flash in through the side. They're pushing in through CT. Are going to have to turn that, but hidden towards the back of the site, entrenched deeply here. Fozy will spot a lot.
Frozy's going to go back aggressively, but Soulfly still catching everyone. Right now is Dexter. Shot back. Soulfly on for an ace potentially here, but not going to happen because the flank instead. Kabui goes around and through ruins and out the other side, and never saw it coming. MOUZ, they'll drop the pistol.
Okay, good stuff from Sangal here. Pretty simple execute, and the fact that they trade evenly onto that B exchange is the key to that round right there. Difficult to retake for MOUZ in an equal number exchange. And this gray screen that they're having to push through, it's a premeditated placement of that smoke so the Julies can get the most out of it, and won't be the case as QB there is going to finish them off at the tail end. Now we have Scrunk and QB from Germany. Soulfly find the Turkish flag. Corey, Hungarian, and Fozy, well, maybe you saw him in an NIP jersey. He was down in the academy team, stood in for the main team.
That's right.
but he's back in play for the Swedish representation here. Now, MOUZ are the heavy favorites in this, but that's the hardest conversation point. Janko likened this to Forz, or Forza, depends on, I guess, your pronunciation.
Forza Horizon.
Well, they bottled it, didn't they? They had some big leads, they collapsed mentally, not strong enough, and the conversation can be said for MOUZ, all right? What variation are we getting out of mental strength from JDC, Torji, and of course the new lad on the block, Exertion. Important game, maybe the most important of their career here today. So you have to reflect that the poor MOUZ, JDC, Exertion, and Torji have never been to a major before. They were just in the academy ranks a couple months ago. Well, we're in October now. Add a few more onto the couple.
Yawn. First shot didn't land, but the second one certainly did as JDC puts him down. Second round buys, Chad. Pretty conservative one as well from MOUZ, but still getting it done. Getting it started, at least. I don't know about done. Done's a different story.
I don't know if this wrap isn't going to pay off. Skrunk is looking for space here. He's trying to seem bigger than he is, but this is a great crossfire on the site. JDC won't get anything.
Yeah, so Kayubi and Soulfly. It's going to be Torzi, though, that gets one back. I don't know if they know that there's a third player in the site. Doesn't matter, though. Dexter was already low on HP, and Torzi pops out. Oh, my goodness. How does he get that many shots off? Man, he nearly got away with two. Didn't hit the second one at all, but he had the opportunity. Exertion's coming around, planting. There's only one to find, and then the second will be defenseless, but they get the kill instead.
Oh, Exertion understood the situation well there, knew that he could isolate that fight while the bomb was having to be planted with the time on the clock. But MOUZ, they will concede. And considering JDC found that opening relatively cleanly, that one there for MOUZ is a bit of a flub and a fumble. Sangal get off to what should be the 3-0 start here. It's crazy to go for the high of that K23 big game in overtime, and now we're back down to the start again.
Yeah, absolutely, but that's the way today goes. It's the same thing. Again, a different series, yes, but same importance. One team's through and one team's gone.
I have some news. We'll wait till Dexter's flash is used, and then we'll give the news.
All right, I will allow that. There it is. Corey. Let's fire down. He's going to catch out Torzi. So a good start again for Sangal. The damage there is significant, though. The damage as well at the top of mid now, getting chunked in, and this one done. I think you can give us that news anytime, Chad, as the nade's going to bounce out and take out, actually into the door. Caught frozen. I thought it was going to get JDC outside the door.
So if the people at home don't want to know what happened in the Imperial versus Pain match, mute your stream now. Imperial toppled Pain in a 2-0 fashion. Overtime on the second map, 19-16, and that sets Imperial up for all the marbles against Complexity later today for the final major spot for the Americas. Fallen Fur Bolts alongside of Vinny and, of course, Cello, the new addition, with FNX as the coach now. And they want to return to the majors again. There's clearly their intent by moving FNX to that coaching spot and bringing Cello in for some added firepower. But they're just one series away from getting there, and they can break the hearts of Complexity in doing so, which I know, flying that North American flag. Well, the Canadian.
No, yeah, fair.
The American. And
obviously,
course,
yeah, Complexity
South
put
African.
up numbers against FaZe in the round of 12 playoffs for Pro League, and we're 2-0 to start off. Had to play against Liquid, and then it's just been all downhill from there. So if they don't make it through, that's going to be a difficult pill to swallow as well. Especially because EG did make it through on their side, and Complexity would have expected them to be at least better suited or prepared than EG has been as of late.
And that's kind of how MOUZ should feel in this matchup. Would be better suited and prepared for exactly this affair. Whereas on top, Banana needs to be careful as he scours back towards side. Has Exertion alongside for the ride, and a nice nade to soften up Corey and Soulfly a little bit more. A lick of damage as more flames thrown to corral them now. A minute 15 remains on the clock. A flash at the ready for Frozen, and Exertion will call for that when he needs it.
Flash does go out. Exertion slowly working his way back in the site, not spotting anything. Took his time, didn't want to be caught running.
They have two smokes, so B should be fortified for the remainder of the round. That one's just been dropped. They can drop the next one at about the 40-second mark. So likely to see them heading towards A. Torji flashes Dexter forward. Dexter steps up, grabs them the opener onto Fozy.
Scrump with the smoke that's going to go over in front of the archway. But he's now playing a solo mission right now. All on his own. Trying to hold this defense in position. Certainly going to hold Dexter in position for the round. He's down and out. And now they go on to B. Frozen. Oh, completely flashed. Soulfly removes him. Exertion trying to swing back from behind the pillars in the smokes. Not spotted yet, but very low. He has taken damage, and they see the gun barrel sticking through. Kyubi will make sure he goes down, and Scrunk will catch out Torzy.
Okay, this is an all German affair in the clutch. Kyubi, Scrunk, and JDC flying the flag, but Scrunk is going to get the best of that one done. 3 kills for him in the round, and that's massive stuff. Skrunk's going to be enjoying that one here. It's a name that people have probably seen around for years, maybe even with a few of these names in the server today, actually. Sangal, I got to cast them back at the last RMR, and they had Tugux, which is their coach. He had to stand in. Someone was unable to get to the event. So it was a bit of a wash for them last time round. At least this time they can stand and try and deliver here. But MOUZ, 4-0 start? Uh-oh.
Yeah, absolutely. Kubi getting pretty loud there. We also saw Soulfly giving a bit of a yell across the room, trying to get inside the heads of MOUZ. Yeah, 0-4 start, not what you want on the MOUZ Sports side of the CT side, especially of Inferno.
Well, this is meant to be a cakewalk. That's how it's being presented.
It is Sangal's pick, but yeah, exactly that.
It's not like MOUZ are any slouch on this map either.
No,
right?
it's Inferno. No one really is, right? This is a pretty neutral territory.
I'm not saying they're going to concede this round, but they definitely don't have an easy task here, MOUZ, ahead of them with the purchases they have available. Will be guns back out into the next. Let's see how much of a task they can put out for Sangal here.
Kubi's going to jump back down. Get away from the nade that was thrown his direction. The damage as well over toward B with some utility, and Corey's forced, not forced, but decides to walk away from that.
It's map control here again, so full banana control, they can do whatever they would like right now. Top mid is a bit of a problem, and the defensive smoke deployed top of banana. Now regrouping, getting their util at the ready. Long smoke, porch molly, flash forward. By the book Counter-Strike right now.
Eagle in hand for JDC.
It's 4 here on A.
Insertion for a shot, a chance at one at least. Couldn't find before the smoke got between him and his opponents. Has to rotate back off. Dooley's instead of an AWP. Missed shot in the first try, but they wrapped all the way around. Corey inside of the site will catch out Dexter. So now it's all Sangal to plant and find their 5th round. Foreskin. Frozen's going to go all the way back over toward B with Exertion.
Yeah, keep that Kevlar, understandably so. It's funny with Fozy. He was rocking the Julies before they were popular, but he will take a Deagle for good measure here. So this is a very clean start from Sangal. And this is not the type of game, if you MOUZ, you want to wake up into late. It could be 8 rounds down before you know it, and then you decide to get going here. Hasn't been too many stressful situations at all for Sangal in the first 5 rounds. The pistol round, sure, it came down to 2 staying alive, but they were able to trade very efficiently in towards that B bomb site, and they haven't looked flustered. Looked quite easy. This bomb goes off, 5th round is secured. And the first by detonation of the bomb and not elimination. So there you go.
Well, but also, no cakewalk so far for MOUZ. They're now letting the economy swell up. And they'll get ready, though, with their guns. Again, 2nd gun round chance for them.
The other side for Sangal, right? And this is obviously the longer shot of all of this. If they qualify to be the first major for all of them in the server today, leg shot wasn't far off there. And this is a change of pace. They're straight up the guts.
Soulfly gets held out. Here's the Molotov in front of him, even though he's blind. He didn't want to walk into that, didn't want to give it up. Knew it would put him around the corner into a fight he probably didn't want. Nade goes deep, doesn't do much. Corey able to withstand and stay back away from it. Dexter trying to play on the inside of the smoke as well. He sees another one being put out in front of him at Library and looking for info, jumping even to see over it. No luck so far. Shot Soulfly. Ledge boost for him. Getting all the picks right now. Sangal don't look like they want to be taken lightly in this series so far at all.
No, they forced MOUZ to search for information there. Like, Torji had to step out and get something because Dexter had nothing towards the arch side, but now they actually might need to make a gamble stack, and it looks like they've split 2-2. So JDC under the porch, and well, the positioning of Dexter has picked up the AWP. If he gets smoked off towards Moto, which no one is ready to lob one out at the moment, he would have no vision whatsoever. So silently now up in the apartment, Scrunk selling this banana fake. Exertion and Frozen will not be able to rotate in. JDC and Dexter have to make sure they get a couple of kills between them, and Dexter's seen enough. He's actually starting to pivot, questioning all of this. The timing is everything here.
Oh, Dexter, timing works in his favor. Gets 2. JDC to catch out Corey. Now a chance, finally, for a round, but that's quickly a thought I have to reconsider because they've cleared off everyone at the A site. Bomb's going to go down, and they're going to have the advantage in a 2-on-2 post plant. So Scrunk in a lovely position as well, getting a bit off. Does decide probably doesn't want to lock himself into that corner, but at least clears top mid for now. The timing could go against them because as he walks away from it, it's exactly when they get toward that position. It's exactly when Exertion starts to get over towards small side. Uzi. Smoke in front. They hear it now. They'll call for 2. They know it's there. Crossfire set. Scrunk puts his head down. Time ticking far enough on this. It might actually still go. Sangal, good shot on the first. Follow up in the second. Get on it with the kit. And they should have this. This should be the first round, but it took a lot for MOUZ Sports to pull that one back.
Ooh, a bit of a Scrunk at a garden party right there. I felt like they should have had that one. That is a dropped ball. A dropped ball in a big way. I think that they weren't expecting that retake to come in for a portion of this. And it just happened so late. I think they thought the time was on their side. Dexter does great to get 2. JDC chiming in from under the porch as well. And then this retake, it's obviously just 2 one-on-ones isolated by Frozen and Exertion there. So they do handle this and they get the first on the board, but it needs to be the first of many for MOUZ. Timeout called here. Second timeout already. And Cyclone has initiated. And understanding this entire context of the situation, wants to make sure that they can double this up. There is a buy available on the other side. Fozy straight into the AWP. Famous for JDC. So you can see here maybe the need for that timeout. Even just having that 30-second buffer to work out the most optimal way to spend the cash between everybody. That's the difference between a team game and when people play a little bit individually, just buying for themselves. You want to make sure you slather the utility and weaponry over these bomb sites the best as possible. Deep G2 mid-smoke in play. Frozen ushered back by the Flames, but a big nade. That's a chunk of damage done to 3 players there. Sangal starting to feel the heat now.
Frozen. Ooh, we took a tick. Did they hear it? I'm not sure they did. Try to go back out. Soulfly still there. Frozen falls. Soulfly, he's been Soulfly in this game so far. Gets inside of the site again, but he's going to get caught off by Exertion. Back to a 3-on-3.
They go towards A right now. They can isolate and have some fights in their favor here, but Fozy has stepped further forward in Banana now. So this is going to change as Dexter up close and personal. His barrel will be spotted from Boiler here. I don't think he's going to survive this one. MOUZ will as well, and the bomb's still down. They haven't picked that up yet.
JDC over top of the ledge. Gets up on top of it. Good movement. Able to fall off. Scrunk slides out. He finds that as well. He might save the round himself. 53 seconds, though. The bomb is on the way back to B. Fuzi's going to give himself a real chance on this. It's a peculiar smoke, but fair enough. Lets him play along the edge, and we'll call it whatever, because it doesn't matter. They're not that close.
This is intentional, I think, because he wanted them to have a sound cue of a smoke spawn, but they seem at Wares now. JDC just going to jump across, offers himself up. Winnable now for Fozy.
Might be, because he played the edge of that one very well. Rotates in, Ruins. Preset, didn't see the shoulder, did hit him. I don't think he knows though, so he's got to back off. Incendiary will buy time, he's got to go the other way. Exertion knows the situation, knows he needs to hit the shot, but Fozy sets it up perfectly, and it's now 6-1.
Well, there's some of that nip magic in the Sangal colors right there. Big stuff from Fozy on the AWP. We should have a smoke on his face after that. That was pretty smartly played. Offering themselves up as the bait. He will hit the first. If he doesn't convert that kill, this one's not happening at all. And JDC, he makes this one possible, but it's not enough. Check that first shot. It's the difference maker indeed. And then just lines up Exertion. Very, very smart play. And back down to the pistols. And they're loving this. There's going to be a lot of fire in the belly from the Sangal boys here today. Oh, it's feeling real rough for MOUZ out there.
Oh man, it's looking, yeah, looking tough. Even the round they did win, that was a 5-on-3 if you remember, with Dexter getting the 2 kills. And then obviously the follow-up from JDC. I take that back, excuse me. They did get the opening pick, so it was a 4-on-3 2, and then it came back all the way when they had to rotate over, and that still came to a 1-on-1. So that even wasn't close. That is a lovely shot, though. Dexter takes out Kubi, and now they've got a little more confidence in the round, but the timing, they're going to head toward B. Rotations are coming. Could have 4 men here. Trying to fire in. Exertion was overlooked, but he couldn't get the shots. Couldn't do it at all. The Soulfly collects another kill, and it's going to be Fuzi to find Dexter. This one done, I think, as well. JDC, all right, finds 2 from the well, but goes down, and now it's 7-1.
Ooh, a little bit sketchy there for a second, but they will mop it up, and this is a fantastic start. I cannot continue to echo that sentiment. Is it going to stop, though? That's the question. Vertigo and Ancient if we do need it. JDC, crazy here. If he gets the second quicker onto Scrunk, he can probably course correct onto Corey, who was on 42 points of health there. And then maybe, just maybe, a winnable one-on-one situation. But back 10s, 2 of them, they might try something really fast here. This could throw MOUZ for a loop.
High flash towards Z, not blinded by it. It's forward to the Flames, so locked into the corner. Thankfully for him, they're not spamming through that half wall, but I think he's expecting utility and spam, so he just says screw it and goes back through the Flames.
This will be quick out of the apartment's position, and JDC in the graveyard.
Counterable position from there as well, but they don't want to go on it. He's going to move. He knows. Gets the first kill and then the incendiary.
Crazy to me that they would try that after they identified where the AWP was. You know, it's going to be a bit of a different setup to what they're expecting. And they just walked. They didn't flash. They didn't try a lurk smoke. They just went out dry. Now they'll have to stomach this man disadvantage for the next minute. They have the util to regroup and head B. And as they're having a meeting, standing literally in the middle of mid, tossing util around. Be careful here, boys. You're safe for now. As Scrunk will set him up. He's the util king, apparently, for this team, and they're heading B. Remember, Torzi's low.
Torzi is low. Misses the shot on the first, falls off the angle, doesn't want to overextend, given that he is, but he caught out. Flat smoke didn't land right away. He came back out, and they had clear vision of him. Scrunk with the kill on to Frozen, but he found 2 before going down, and that's going to give them a chance in this. It's all Scrunk versus MOUZ. Bomb not planted, 30 seconds. It's back inside of the site, and he's going to go hunting instead. Bit slow to react. The JDC slides out, shoots him in the head.
Okay, well, that's 2. To win consecutive here, get themselves 6 more in a row to win out the half, 8-7. That would be putting a complete stop to Sangal. It was that opening pick, it was too limp. It left them with fewer options. The execute was a good call, but not prioritizing the plant. That will come back to bite them here. It's going to see a couple of pistols come out around what they can afford. Rosie's T-side AWP is the biggest in that buy department. But MOUZ are just hanging on as well. Dexter taking the sacrifice for the team into the MAC 10.
Extinguish the Flames. Corey in the corner, caught. Frozen with the shot, and it's Fuzi that tries desperately to get it back. He even goes through the wall, but he's going to take the shot in return. He took a nade before that. He was only on 4 HP, so doubling up their lead in the round is MOUZ with a 5-on-3.
And all in here with this type of an investment. And if you don't pull anything back, again, now you have 2 players down and a lot of time on the clock to sit here and wait. Soulfly is going to try and draw this back. A flash from QB, make it, well, no flash, never mind. Surprised to see him going there. Frozen will take this, and Banana completely cornered off now. No way through.
No way through. You say that. He's going to go for it anyway. Or he's not.
Was he trying to pick up some nades or something there?
I'm not sure what he was doing there. He was definitely clipping the wall still, but you're right. That was, anyway. Maybe he was looking for that. Look, he's got the glow. That's an AK, sir. You want to swap guns? There it is.
And save. That's what they're going to do here. Skrunk's already back towards T-spawn. So 40 seconds of goodness now. Let's just take a quick little temperature check of the room. See what's been going on around the traps. Again, mute if you don't want to listen to the other matches' results. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spirit versus Cloud9. That matchup is for a Legends position. Both of those teams are already locked in towards the major. Winner will get the Legends spot. Loser will proceed to the Challenger stage. Map number 1. Cloud9 picked Vertigo. Scoreline 16-8 in favor of Spirit.
All right, Spirit.
Yeah, so Dust 2 up next. And who had a good performance in that one? Let me have a little bit of a look here. Chopper, the in-game leader. 27 kills to his name.
Okay.
Plus 17 for Chopper in that series. What else we got next? Coming up next in the Americas, EG taking on Liquid. That one there is for the 1 Legend spot available for the Americas. Do we have anything else going on right now? I think that's the action. So there's not 7 different streams to worry about today. Just, well, 3. That's manageable. Okay, looks like Timeout has been called here. Tugak's getting on the mic. Look, this gentleman right here on your screen, maybe you're not an old schooler at home. Tugak has been around forever. Like, forever. I remember his name back in the Source days and in the German realms. 31 years young, an old boy like us.
He's been certainly at a lot of events that I've been to in the last few years as well. Several years, I suppose, now, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of a pause there, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Well, a shove all in behind these saved weapons. Fozy gets the AWP back in his hands. It's actually maybe holding on to a little bit of extra cash here. Some pistols around it. And away we go. Dexter still with that MAC-10. Looks a little bit odd. Sticking out like a sore thumb on that CT side, isn't it? Especially the 10 rounds deep.
Yeah, absolutely it is. He's trying to sign something at the banana position with that AWP in hand, but no one revealing a shot for him.
I think they heard that. They know someone's close mid.
Kubi makes the move to try and see if there's a reaction on it. Not. Dexter still holds that red wall.
I like the position that Dexter has here, right? Because he's going to be baited in by Torji, and it's also a good position to be if Torji gets smoked off with the MAC-10 close mid. Dexter has an incendiary to drop. Now the banana utility has subsided. They are returning. Flash forward. Dexter's going to clear for info.
Oh, that is not the info he was looking for.
No, overstayed the welcome there with the MAC-10, didn't he?
Wow, it was a pretty fast shot either way, so give Sangal the man advantage, but again, they know they're back toward middle. That doesn't reveal much. Doesn't tell them where they want to go, but this might. Going over toward banana. Exertion falls off the angle already, and a stampede. But that just pushes the defense back. They know they have 41 seconds, so having pushed them back, they can now start maybe opening up the map a bit. Not a ton of time, though.
They can smoke long and smoke moto and then go. Right? They still have enough utility to make this happen. They're juggling those nades now. Shrunk with one, Fozy with the other. The pressure will be on Frozen and JDC.
Smokes go down then, Torzi. First shot successful. Kubi gone. And another chance. Couldn't quite get that. Skrunk will Molotov off the arch. But Torji's backed off. That gives some space to the players inside of the other part of the site, but they're not getting any space in terms of kills, and they're going to try and save this. AWP, especially for Fozy, going to run, and Skrunk just gets forward to make sure no one's immediately on the chase. It's going to be 7-4, MOUZ Sports with 4 in a row.
Oh, now it's starting to look ugly, isn't it? They missed their smoke. I think they hit each other there because the T-smoke, it went on in that top mid corridor.
I'm a liar. It's 3 in a row, excuse me. So it was 5-1 and now 7-4.
Yeah, this is, okay. I guess this is more of what we expected coming out of Sangal. They've put themselves in really bad buying patterns, unfortunately. The fact that Skrunk saves a Tech 9, it's like, oof. I understand, like, he didn't want to go to an aftertime. That would have been worse. So lucky he saved something. It's like, oh, even just to find yourself in that situation. Rush B, yeah, why not? Oh, that's why. Double nades. Double trouble, doubly low, and oh, it worked. It paid off for at least one. So Skrunk got something for his save.
I guess so. It's gonna give him $300 on that kill. Not a ton. Doesn't entirely offset the difference, but yeah, still gets some benefits of knocking down a gun out of the CT hands as well. Unfortunately, it's only been the one so far. An Exertion getting aggressive, both defined. Steps into the flames, they swing out. Torzi's got that shot. Now, MOUZ are closing the gap and looking a little more alert and alive in the series.
Yeah, it was such a rough start for them, wasn't it? But this is looking much better now, and the flow-on effects for Skrunk will be felt now. Let's buy into a Galil. No AWP available for Fozy. Sangal only really need like one more bogey round, like, you know, a pocket strat, something quite fast. Somebody cracks it open with 2 entries. If they can win out the half, the job's done. The fact they already have 7, it feels like the job's done. I think the issue is they're climbing Mount Everest. It's the Kassad's favorite David versus Goliath storyline here, and Torji, shrouded by the smoke, has a slight gap to work with here. On the jump, does spot one, and that'll alert them to his presence now. So spam back both ways, up banana, Frozen low, pushing forward, surging into the fight with Soulflight, gets sat down. ADC responds quite quickly, so getting Biffy across the map. 4 on 4, still plenty of time.
Tons of time, yeah, and sure, kills either way, damage onto Corey, but the advantage in some ways to Sangal because they've managed to push back the CTs. They still have an okay amount of smokes, 2 to work with to be exact. Torzi with one of them. He's going to get closer with his AWP, and the other on the other side of the map with Dexter, so not much other than a flash support. Oh, Torzi hit that. Exertion. back behind. Frozen got the assist on that flash. I'm confused as to how, but fair play.
Frozen can get a kill here on the balcony position of JDC. It depends on how hard he's clear is. He doesn't really have to worry about Dexter. So calling the team back over now, you can see Dexter is a little bit sketched out. JDC solves the puzzle in time. Means that Dexter can still be tethered to this side, but oversteps the mark here, gives Soulfly a chance.
Dexter wants to swing in the open, playing the box to perfection, giving the off-angle chance, and Soulfly wants to get back into him. He finds two and had backup coming the whole time. Now we're just one round apart.
It's interesting, Torji goes back to that position where he got run down earlier in the game, right? So it feels that it was just a bit of a missed timing, maybe the missed shot. JDC needed this response here, so good work from him to make up for Frozen's death. Torji grabs this one. And JDC continues to be a nuisance here, just much deeper in the apartments. Good stuff from Dexter as well. Solid work from him to get a two-piece just to deny that plant. And denying that plant, maybe a reason why Sangal have taken another timeout here. Max loss bonus in play. He could get out 2 AKs, 3 Galils, or they could take a save and get everything out for a full gun round in the next, right? This is the pick your poison moment of this. Only 2 more rounds of play. You could go for a buy now. As long as you get the plant, you can get a full gun round out in the next. Or you go for something in between as Soulfly buys up the AK-47 with Kevlar, understanding that he's left enough money for a buy in the next round. Let's see if he can be threatening. And the reason that I don't love this is because you just take 1 bullet to the head of an M4 and it's all over. But maybe he can be the difference maker. As up and under we charge. Defensive smoke. And they might try and push through this. Actually naded back onto the corner. It's light damage to exertion. It's still got 77 points of health.
Soulfly to get the silent boost up, but he's spotted. Dexter already at the window, cuts him off. It's the opener firmly to MOUZ. The gun did go backwards with his body in toward alt mid, so Kubi immediately grabs that and see if they can do anything with it still.
Dexter is playing like he knows that they're the better team, especially with his aggressive maneuvers, so I can respect that here. He might have to lead by example alongside of Frozen in that regard, especially if things start to get slightly close.
Torzy waiting with the AWP, sees the elbow come out from Skrunk, didn't hit it. High flash, still waits, fires again. He's not the only one in this position. Frozen there. Oh, doubling up. He gets the collateral. That's huge. Frozen now knows there's just 2 remaining and they're both out in front of him. Flash comes in, perfectly executed as JDC throws that out. Dexter, having already done damage, gonna put them down.
Yeah, you say third time's the charm, don't you? And Torji on that third peak gets the double up, so that's beautiful for him. A big boon in the confidence department. He's 7 kills to the name now, bottom of the scoreboard, but it's the team effort. JDC at the top with 12, 11 for Frozen, 10 for Exertion, and here it is again. Bang! The lineup, an Orpa's dream. 9 for Dexter, and 7 after that round for Torji. Now the full buy, the final round, round number 15 in play. Sangal saved for exactly this. Soulfly maybe didn't keep enough cash money left over. He's into a Paul Galil, the lad. Didn't get any impact out of that AK. But been a decent half for Sangal. The issue is it was done in the first 8 rounds of play. Everything else since then has been one-way traffic for MOUZ. And you need some confidence going into the halftime break. They'd love a round back and an opener for Corey. That's one way to start.
Corey absolutely going to get the opening. They try and run down B, so at least get Banana. They won't go much beyond that. They don't know if there's a triple setup on that side of the map. There's going to be 2 more for sure because that's on a rotation. Torji's the one to get closer to the position of B. Goes through ruins. He's going to commit to the site now.
They need to stall them out here. Need to slow them down. If they just run into the site, and same as the pistol, they trade efficiently, Sangal can get that 8. So MOUZ have to hope and pray that Frozen, combined with Torji, can get this done. There's a flash, Sun. Flash me forward. Well, you know, there's something free information right there.
Jump throw over the top. Frozen. Soulfly's able to drop him. Torzi wants it desperately, but can't find it, and he's going to take an 8. He goes down to 47. Another one going to come through. Luckily, he saw that time, but he's down on 14, and no kills coming the way of MOUZ. So they went up 7-1, and then came back to a tie game. Now they might close the half. Sangal might lead. But they have to go for this, MOUZ, so give it an effort.
They're just waiting momentarily for these smokes to start to fade. So Dexter will smoke off towards the banana position. You can see that being lined up now. I think he's been given an extra flash as well. So Molly towards backside, likely new box, flashes and go. Oh, it's emo Molly. This is good.
That'll push one out. Soulfly's on the move. 40-14. Still gets the kill. Man, he's looked solid on this T side. And no kills in the last round. It is 8-7. Sangal with the lead. in a game that was supposed to be easy for MOUZ. They've at least pulled the difference back, closed the gap, and given themselves a chance. We'll take a break, see if they can take it all the way in the second half.
Hey Future Pros, sometimes in CS you just want to get aggressive and take the fight straight to the enemy. I'll use this mid push from Astralis to demonstrate a reasonably good approach to get up in the faces of your foes on Inferno. It really helps if you're keeping track of the T's economy, as doing this against a fully bought T side will have varying results. This strategy requires 3 Future Pros, 2 HEs and an AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be the player who pushes deep into mid. As you make your way to mid, get your HE out and lob it down mid. This makes sure that if anyone does face you, then they will already have taken some damage. Make sure to push along the right side of the wall so you don't get killed by a T holding steps. Tuck yourself into this corner and listen for any noise or calls from your teammates. When Future Pro 3 has made some kind of contact towards T steps, this is your cue to peek out and hopefully get a free kill. After this contact, keep your head on a swivel, as multiple Ts could be about to flood out ult mid or T steps. Future Pro number 2. You will mostly be holding ult mid, but first throw this HE just as Future Pro 1 does. Once you have thrown your HE, it is possible for Ts to be close to you already from ult mid, so be ready for a fight. You can cycle between holding mid and ult mid depending on how the Ts are pushing. Be confident in your aim and quickly process any information you receive. Future Pro number 3, you'll be holding T steps from the top of mid with an AWP. Your role is to relay information to your team and act as support so your fellow Future Pros can't be singled out. And that's it. Going aggressive as a CT is always a risk, but if you and your lads are feeling dominant, this can be a great way to control the flow of a match. It could completely fail as well, and if it does, I don't want to hear anything in the comments. Get some DM in instead and keep improving.
(8-7) at half. Sangal with an excellent start, went up 7-1, and MOUZ didn't really look like they were into this, but they have pulled it back. They've made it close. Now we'll see if they can do some damage on the T side. It is Sangal's map choice.
You want to make sure you leave it all out here today. This is for both teams, right? The challenge, obviously, for Sangal is taking down the heavy favorites, MOUZ. We already saw K23 attempted against Big, less than an hour ago. Now, Sangal are putting up a great fight here, led by Soulfly, 18 kills, Scrunk. He's managed 14 kills for him, and aggression straight down the guts. They're just going to push, and Dexter gooshed by the drive-by. 1 HP. Woof.
That's nuts already. Ooh, Frozen. He sees them pushing down mid. They're going to have to run and try and retreat to Banana. That's going to pull them off the A site, but they weren't ready for Soulfly. They weren't ready for him to come down. What just happened? Corey with 2. A complete chaos and slaughter after getting the information. I thought that they were going to be done for, but the bomb gets dropped. Exertion's got 1 kill back. He's about to get flanked. They were crawling in the underpass. Fuzi was behind. It's 9-7 Sangal.
That was odd. Nobody from MOUZ seemed to address the push that came out through the apartment's position there. So did take a while for them to piece that together, but when both pistols are going against you, and yeah, here it is again. JDC's, he must have been screaming that the fight had come through the apartments, but this is just running them down. I like that. Some pep in the step right there. Some tenacity coming out of Sangal, and they had a fantastic start. in the first half, right? That's where they managed 7 of their 8 rounds, was in the first 8 rounds of play. So, yeah, let's see if they can grab another 3 here.
I was going to say $300 spent only this round. P250 for exertion. That's it, that's all.
This is worrying signs for Australian Counter-Strike today, Matt.
Yeah, Dexter as well, right?
Well, Greyhound made it, sure, but Dexter and JKS on their international adventures, JKS is out without a hope, and Dexter needs to win this series to keep the hopes alive.
Yeah, poor Justin. Finally back on a roster and not going as he would have aspired to.
So sad. Like, not just for him, like for Astralis, for G2. Obviously, for a lot of these teams here who have been eliminated, this is the dream. You heard it from Exertion, right? In the little interview piece was talking about how much qualifying for a major means. And that's, if you're a younger player and you're coming up, you look at the majors. This is the pinnacle. This is our version of the World Cup, right? You want to be there.
MOUZ, crossfire set. He's going to try and pull them toward Corey, and Corey will go to work with 3 on the MP9, so that's good money for him. Gets up to 5,500 already, and this is just a 10-7 scoreline, just the 3rd round of the half. The AKs come back out, as we mentioned. MOUZ did not invest anything. No bomb plant behind it, but they'll still have a bit of utility to work with.
Not too many Hungarian Counter-Strike players either, so having 2 of them in the server right now. Corey on one side, Torji on the other. At least one of them will be representing their nation in Rio.
One's a Buddha, the other's a pest.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you did.
Yeah, well, you at home can determine which one's which. Maybe it's just framing. Simple as that. Nade down. Bruisen does get the space. These MP9s, are they filling you with fear? I don't know, because the antenna flash is lined up. Scrunk will jiggle on the top and call for that. So he's going to try and do as much damage as he can. At least I thought he was. He's continuing to swap out the utility here. Okay. More of a passive stance. Minute 15. MOUZ still in their default spread and have only really got Boiler and Halls control right now. Good timing on that top mid smoke. Just to note how many more smokes they have 1 on QB. Corey's just dropped one, I think, on the arch side to Fozy here. So they're going to try and send them towards B. They'll just keep top mid smoked. Watch this. Here comes another one.
Fozy has to go back on it.
I don't know if they want to go through. They seem pretty scared.
Dexter with the smoke still in front. They'll get wood wall. See if there's a way forward beyond that.
They're going into the stack on B here. Dexter coming through mid to B. He's not going to get to the party on time. 27 seconds on the clock into 3 MP9s on the B bomb side. They might shred.
Scrunk waiting it out. New box was clear, but that's not his position. Soulfi's up close. He's good for 1. Exertion blinded, takes him back, but now Corey from the boost able to find yet another Scrunk stop. And
overlooked.
They're done. A bomb is going to get dropped and not planted. 8 seconds. They have to run him down. It's a 2-on-2. Pick up the ball. Pick up the ball. It fell over the water. It fell over the water. And they'll drown in this round. It's all done. 10 makes 11 now for Sangal.
Oh, dearie me. Drowning, yeah, sinking for sure. This MOUZ ship here on Inferno looking rough around the edges.
Some little Scrunk is too.
Oh, that little trap in the back of the site. I thought they knew that there had to be an extra body there because of the flash. They should have known. Because look here, right, the first flash comes through, Skrunk's in the assist, they don't kill him. I guess they thought the flash came through spawn. But no, back at the site. Hello, hello. Goodbye, goodbye. The hopes and dreams of MOUZ in that round dusted as they do save 2 AK, sure, but they concede a big one. Sangal going deep on this now. 3 rounds out the gate, 4 looking very possible here, and MOUZ are feeling this. The K23 game, I came into it, right? Big, I know they have a substitute. I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, they can easily deal with K23, but Sangal, they haven't beaten anybody noteworthy here at the RMRs. Looking at it, they beat Illumina, and they beat Aurora. No, that was in advance. That's what Matthew was talking about. They're playing 2 tournaments at the same time. They beat Illumina and they beat Fantasy.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nuts. MOUZ Sports in a bit of trouble then. Kubi on the railing. Will watch over top. Gets the call from Corey, who's already done damage to take down Dexter.
Oh, I can guarantee tears if MOUZ end up losing this series. Now, we're still very early on. Plenty more maps to come. Same conversation, though. This is where these squads need to show their prowess in best of threes, the pedigree of being a top dog.
Especially with the confidence they had after their group stage of Pro League.
I think Torji and Frozen have to save here. Unless they can guarantee a plant, they kind of have to save.
Boost up for the ledge. They want to try and go for the off-angle pick toward the pit. It's Corey they're searching for. He's not giving them much. And Kubi might actually swing on this, which is going to be a huge problem if he does. Yeah, 15 seconds. This one's over. Back it off. JDC with the deagle just checks. Can't find anything. No luck to be had there. Round done.
JDC has to die, though.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yep, kill me, please. Like, now.
Oh, okay. Gets the M4 for it. But, yeah, okay. I mean, I was supposed to take the upgrade. He's got the armor. That's fine.
I didn't do that 15 seconds earlier.
Yeah, really. Right?
That could have helped out a lot.
Yep.
Some nice shots from JDC, sure, but it was all stopped here. Round over. Dexter dead. Next pick comes through. Exertion gone. Thanks for playing. And then after time, or after the round had any chance, JD hits a couple of bangers, but they get mashed right now. Emergency timeout called, third of the 4. And the pressure, it's on. It's hot in that camp, I can tell you. Doubting themselves, maybe not making the same moves, and the communication starts to get sketchy. This is where the two veterans, and it seems crazy to say, we highlight it on the desk, it's a bit of a meme, but Frozen being a 20-year-old vet next to Dexter.
Yeah.
The in-game leader from Australia, the first in-game leader from Australia ever to come over and start doing things internationally. Look at the buy. Oh, I got a sinking feeling. Torji, no util. Dexter with a deagle. This T-side hasn't even gotten going yet.
Peek from Frozen. I don't know why I keep doing that.
Been watching too many streams.
I don't watch his streams. I barely know him. Well, Frozen is thawed out slightly, but still intact. The bottom of the banana. The Molotov will extinguish. Exertion, meanwhile, gets up onto Boiler, and that's... okay. That's not, I was going to say, in front of him in the hallway. They're boosted outside, but the spam goes through. That dink is going to be heard around the world.
We know you're in Boiler, so you better evacuate quite quickly. That's your eviction notice. JDC trying to grab some mid space, but if he pushes forward, he's in trouble. That nade, more than a lick of damage done, and the other one following through onto Frozen. So much softening done. Just going to execute B with a smoke, a HE, and a molly.
Skunk is in position for this. Only 2 on this side, though. So he's going to have to be very efficient as well. Soulfly with the boost up. Soulfly has 20 kills right now. Kubi only has 5, by contrast. Fuzi was 7. They had that great clutch in the first half, so the impact has been there. Skrunk, Soulfly, each finding one on this entry to slow MOUZ down, and Skrunk's going to double that. In fact, adds a third to his name. And this one done as well. JDC 24 seconds. You going to peel left, save that gun?
Ooh, dear.
Wow.
I'm wide-eyed right now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is getting hard to put into words now. The fact that there's so much respect in the server, right? You can see the type of setup Sangal can get away with. This is where, and I'm not just saying you can run around and aim at these guys, you can't, but you need to have the confidence that you are the better pedigree of player, that you're playing at this level more often, you're playing against harder hitters. Salaried players across the board here. The big names of Counter-Strike week in, week out. Like, I just want people to understand, Skrunk is not the type of player in this team who traditionally finds impact. And I'm not, okay, let me rephrase that. He finds impact, but it's normally a bit more few and far between. He's not here to be a heavy hitter. And right now he's hitting bloody hard. 18 kills for him in total. He's had multiple rounds where he has been the difference maker. So the fact that he has decided today is the day that I'm going to step up and do this means that MOUZ are in a very worrying position. If they continue to find themselves with saved guns, loss bonus not flowing, the half's already gotten away from them. It's 13-7 as Frozen tries to make a play. Does. Dink's good, but stalled out and shots back. Bozy draws things to a number advantage.
Shots. Gone. Fuzi oversteps it, gives JDC a shot back into this with the M4 that's now been saved for 2 rounds. Could be trying to find him in return. He's flashed. He's in trouble. He gets back around the corner. Does he reset fast enough? No, Dexter's going to run him down. So still struggling to get more kills is Kubi, but Corey, on the other hand, I was going to say maybe he isn't. He gets caught out and blinded.
What was Fozy thinking? I don't think he was. I don't think he was, to be completely honest with everybody playing at home.
Yeah, He's struggling as well, he and Kubi both, and they both are the ones that give up the gap in this round. So MOUZ will be thankful for that donation. I can even go back and get that AWP as well, 13-8.
This is very fortunate here from Frozen. The dink, great. It does actually come back. Dexter pushes up, but this is all facilitated after the Fozy peek behind the flames. I can't put that one into words here. Now, we're obviously on board with MOUZ. I'll let you know the server situation. The round is yet to come to its logical conclusion. Soulfly just trying to save over here, and he will be able to hold on to this AK. Lost bonus 1,400. Money in terms of the buy situation, fine. Outlook sunny here in Malta, just like today. And JDC loses his life, so not ideal, but they can drop some guns across. Fortunate that wasn't the full investment for them. And that's their first T-sided round. So to replicate that won't be easy. They were given the opportunity by overpeaks from Sangal, and I guess Frozen did help things out by softening the players up top banana. To have to rinse and repeat that, let's wait and see. If it's just good starts for Sangal and they end up losing this game like 16-14, 16-13, that is going to have a very, very hollow feeling because they've looked good in these early patches.
Smoke out. Above it is Torzy, already up on top of the logs. No spotting the shot for him. The flash comes out, he fires in, expecting maybe a peek on the back of it. Look at the amount of utility in spawn. Skrunk's just running it still. All right, use the first bit. I'll go get the second. We'll be back into position before any further action occurs.
Similar setup over towards this porch side again. QB was trying the spam. Fozy and Corey with that setup over towards the porch, but it's just going to be a B execute. Quite quick.
Nade goes out though, bounced off Skybox. Bit of damage to Dexter. Exertion. Skrunk is found this time. Entry's a little bit better, but it's Soulfly again, who's still going to be a problem for them. Get the bug spray, boys, because he is disappearing. JDC, though, does catch off the rotation, catches Corey. That's going to halt the movement from Fozy, and he can't go aggressively towards CT. And JDC knows his job's done. He's going to rotate around to Banana and join his team. He's done just enough to disrupt this retake. Soulfly still, though, toward Ruins. Are they backing off of this?
Yeah, right call here. No, the money now is starting to run out here. So they're playing the long game. There had been a few opportunities, and you can see the gap left in the smoke. Dershin quite scared when crossing that, but the job has been done from MOUZ. Now it's 2 consecutive. It's so insane to me that if the whole levy breaks because of one round against a mixed buy, Sangal over peak individually, that's classic. That's Counter-Strike right there. You cannot give an inch, they'll take a mile.
JDC. Try and get themselves going again. 9 rounds. Guns out on both sides, but this was a huge kill for JDC as well. I love that he didn't overstay it. A lot of people would try and stick there, and then they get taken down, and it's, you know, inconsequential in some ways, but he immediately rotates off, and Fozy knows that's it. He can't get there. He can't rotate over.
Well, this is a key, and I think some players at home need to keep this in mind. Even if you're low on HP and you hold some territory, you're still a name and a number they have to worry about, right? In terms of what impact you can have, well, you're going to burn down the clock, especially in a post plan. But check this out, QB. I think he heard JDC. Needs to sit him down, but the flash is good. Spams through the 20 bullets, almost exhausted there, but they get that opening pick they were looking for, and they can drop back. Job done.
Oh, job done. Corey catches Exertion as well. Standing tall, Sangal, as they have now a 2-man advantage. Smoke shots on the first, clean and concise on the second. Fozy rotates around. He'll go toward the arch side, back front library if you want to be technical about it. Skrunk inside sight with Soulfly, as these two have been pretty menacing so far.
Oh dear.
That's not what he was hoping to do. Tries to throw an M4 over, but Soulfly, AK, goes out and wants more. He's got 2. Torzy falls. They're going to chase Dexter. Gap in it. Skrunk's got that. It's now 14.
Soulfly's going to be getting fired up after this. This is massive from him. Yeah, what a game he's having. Let him know. Fire the team up here. Really getting stuck into this one now. Double AWPs available for Sangal on this defense, and hopefully that's not their undoing, because MOUZ will bite back with that cash they bought for themselves. But this is great. Even though it looked like a flub situation where Skrunk accidentally drops his gun, he's donating weapons. Soulfly doesn't need 2, mate. He's getting it done with that AK quite nicely. And yeah, he's fired up about this. He's having a great performance and putting smiles on the darns of his teammates. A flash forward, Fozy will be pushed off the line, still takes the pot shot. Dexter on high alert now, scaling quickly. Change up here from MOUZ in their approach.
Exertion already top wall again. It's Frozen. Trying to find some ground over toward Banana. But he's solo at this point. The rest all focusing on A side.
This is a mid to B or a wrap. A wrap would be perfect. I still suppose you will have to rumble the AWP over towards Bike and QB playing towards the mini pit position. So it won't be easy. And oh, Skrunk searching. Skrunk's found a timing. Skrunk had a chance.
Skrunk is drunk.
The orb's been noted now. Here comes the wrap.
Didn't quite hit that shot. Kubi, you're right though, smoking himself in a small pit. Torzy's got Fozy down off versus up. And it goes the way of MOUZ, as does Dexter getting Kubi. And you're right, they've given up pit. They've given up the integral part of the A site. So they're going to back off and try and hold their weapons. Christian wanted to catch them out. Corey was at least quick enough to turn and actually didn't even take any damage from that.
But at least he confirms the save there, Exertion. So his death isn't completely in vain. But you see right there that Sangal was so committed to B that entire time. And they didn't have any pressure elsewhere on the map. That pit setup, you have to hit those shots. And fortunately, Torji, he gets his 9th, but an important kill onto Fozy. So the head-to-head pays off here. DC is having a game of things. 17. Support network. Frozen, Dexter, and Exertion all in the teens. Soulfly, the best player in the server right now with 24 in total. Corey and Skrunk are having a game as well. And I mentioned before, Skrunk's output here has been remarkable in this type of a circumstance. He's not meant to be a player towards the top of the scoreboard. So props to him. You got to give it where it's due.
And a lot of that, I mean, that is a pretty wicked shot. A lot of that has to do with the fact that he and Soulfly are playing so well together.
Yes.
Right? They're activating each other. He's not, yeah, okay, they're his kills, but it's not like he's doing it completely alone in every situation. He has the confidence to peek. He has the support flashes. He has the crossfires and the aggro taken away. So it's just working out brilliantly in that site.
Well, smart play with the saves here from Sangal. It set them up into another buy. This was to try and get 15. So they're managing their economy quite well. They are conceding rounds when they know they should. And again, this top mid setup, it's not going to be rumbled. This porch side molly, it's too deep. It's not on top. It doesn't flush out under. It's actually to contain. It's meant to keep an AWP off of the line to watch middle. So they early smoke long, they porch side molly, and when teams do this, they traditionally try and take mid control a little bit quicker, but that's not the case with MOUZ. Step made. Will have been heard.
See if it's reacted to or not. Still playing anti-flash up top. Corey turns away, waits for the aggression. Made to CT just to make note of that noise in the background.
Are they really going to overlook this again?
Apparently. Corey's got the shot. JDC tagged down to 12 as well. So Exertion's lost in that attempt, and it's back toward B. They'll readdress this, and with 41 seconds, try and go against a duo that has been pretty much dominating them, to be completely honest.
Rotation's coming as well. Fozy's on the way. He has a flash. This could come in clutch.
First smoke didn't do it, so they had to put a second one towards CT. That's one less than a potential post plant. They're going to push through that smoke, though. Frozen didn't have his gun drawn, and that means the AWP suddenly is able to reset and redress, but they do find the kills. Soulfly and Skrunk go down. 17 seconds, Dexter will plant the bomb, and it is a 3-on-3, and there indeed will be one in Banana. So 2 to CT. They'll try and time this together. Frozen on 22 can be... All right, I suppose he's going to play on the swing based on the information of his teammate on the AWP. I was going to say he can be aggressive and try and get some information early if he wanted to push through ruins, if he wanted to try and cut off the rotation, but it's going to be Corey that starts the charge, and he's walking in from Banana clean as well. No one even looking at it. This could catch them off entirely. The pillar position, Dexter not spotted, waiting just to see if anyone's going to jump up water. They will. He clips the pillar, couldn't control it, but he is going to have enough time. I can't possibly fathom that if they get the word this. Sangal's going to have to retreat, and it will be another round for MOUZ. They might lose all their guns, though. They might all go down with the bomb. Dexter, corner, survive there?
I didn't think
so, yeah.
Oh, that is an awkward series of events right there. The Frozen pushing through the CT smoke and having the awkward street. I don't even know how you put it. Matt, you know when you're walking down the street and both people try and go the same side? That's a situation that just happened there because Fozy couldn't retake that angle. He was worried about the fact that there was going to be aggression from Frozen, who dipped back through the smoke to help them entry into the site. Otherwise, Fozy's flash could have changed the entire complexion of that round. And then awkward there with the retakes. Like, do we want to go for it? Do we not want to go for it? We didn't hit the shots. Now we have to go for it. Now we're committed. Now we lose almost everything.
Yeah, and not only that, you've got a player, Pillars, Dexter, just spraying in and not hitting. It's like, well, I'm not dead yet. Should we keep going?
Oh, that one was very awkward.
So MOUZ not conceding the overtime point yet.
Just have to worry about this one AK-47 in the back of the site here. You can see Corey boosted up. Now, they have Soulfly as well over towards CT spawn. You've got a couple of options here. This boost can stay down and then poke its head up when the attack comes and hope that Soulfly takes the initial contact. Oh, the front side smoke will rumble this completely. Corey can't see anything.
Smoke in front of MOUZ as well. He's not going to have any vision. Whiteside gap on it. MOUZ backs away.
So they started mollying on top of the porch now, finally. Been such a nuisance.
Better late than never. They'll clear out trash as well. Soulfly back to the arch at CT, but he's smoked. Does he push through with the deagle? He
Has
might.
to.
He might go right into it. He might catch them off, but JDC sees him first. Dexter still swings. One in the sight spotted already. Need to be aware that there's two. Oh, that is a fast shot, but MOUZ up to the task. He's got two on the deagle. He's surrounded, looking for a third. Frozen finally drops him down, and it's Corey and Scrunk. And the AK that they'll probably like to hold on to, but Bomb just getting planted now. And they try and collect other weapons from the situation. Oh dear. Skrunk's got that AK, but he's in a 1-on-3, and he's gone.
Now get out of there, mate. There was almost a chance for that. I understand you want to come over and have a look and see what you can find. See if you can pick up one of those guns.
I suppose it's no harm, no foul, because he had a USP, right? So it's, you know, he gets the AK that they would have had either way, and they didn't get a gun, so.
And that's if Torji doesn't chase him down. Torji should really not overstep the mark in Banana. He has this AWP. You don't want to give that up. So we'll call this 12 now for MOUZ. All but confirmed by virtue of the bomb. And some well put together rounds here from MOUZ. They're starting to activate again late. We're talking about these good starts. You take a quick look in that first half, 5 consecutive before MOUZ got on the board. Same situation in the second. Sangal, in both of these halves, managed 10 of their rounds out the gates. So real hot. Pistol, conversion, deal with the first gunny, deal with another eco, right? That is perfect. That's exactly what you need for an upset. But it's looking like it's potentially not enough here today. Still a 2-round lead in their favor. This was way too easy for Torji, wasn't it? Just a shooting gallery there, and Library saw an awful lot. No timeout taken, no conversation to be had. The buy will come in. QB will be gifted that AK. Everybody else with M4s and Fozy's AWP out. Deep nade from Corey, who's been having a game. 21 for him. Dexter does get across, tucks himself in, and this is some aggression. Looking to take a fight. QB will usher Fozy forward as they set up again. Now, last time round, QB got the better of Exertion, I believe it was. This time Exertion's not going through the boiler.
Fozy up above. Good shot, takes out JDC. Cheeky little play, and they'll back off, but they back off into Exertion because no one was watching short side. So he's able to walk right in, and Kubi, again, trying to get back inside of a site that they've now given up. Corey does the same inside of smoke, but Exertion has time on that as well. Great round from him, 3, but he needed the help of his teammates to get them because it was all on trades.
A very good understanding of the situation. I think Exertion tried a similar play when he saw the double setup halls before and got punished by Corey. This time, he does all the punishing here. So really good rounds here for MOUZ. I like the creativity of that boost in the apartment's position for Sangal, but it's an opener, and that's all it is. 2,900 into the next with a loss bonus. We can get 2 M4s dropped. Corey or QB will have enough considering their financial situation. And they can continue to be competitive in these rounds. I'll see how the bomb is planted a little bit deeper in towards the side. They're more than happy to stay alive here in pit. Frozen all the way down in second mid. He'll be good in the hood too. And it's a 1-round game as MOUZ are bringing this back. And, you know, we were talking about the pressure and the lack of experience from the lion's share of the MOUZ players here. This is good, right? The fact that they get pushed and then they can stay poised and they can bring it back. They still have to get 1 more round to level things up and then 2 more to close it here in regulation. Otherwise, we might be going to overtime. But if they hold even a team like Sangal at the door, just hold them, keep them there, arm's length, right? They're taking swings, but you're still in control of the situation. That's all that matters. The bad start to the halves, you can put him down to the pistols, you can put him down to bad first gun rounds. Everything else has been on spot on.
Towards the op then. Exertion will work his way up mid. Smoke down, he will hold at the bench. know, when Dare push through, MOUZ will go the other way. He's going to back off toward the site at A instead.
Look at this gamble. This is the most insane gamble I have seen from a team outside of Heroic. This is mental. What is going on here?
5 stack on A.
They're going to fight.
They're going to swing this. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to go now. And they might see it, but the 2 going down, 3 going down. Ooh, Exertion, he's going to call that. Repeat, they don't see it. Dexter doesn't get there in time. But JDC, hold your breath, son.
Right now, MOUZ don't know what's happening. Skrunk's dead. Wait, he's the B player. Do we go B? What's at B? Soulfly's there. Rotation back. A defensive Molotov in play. A smoke to follow here. While they're piecing this together, the time is ticking off the clock. They've got 2 top mid, 2 top banana. It's a 2v2 all across the map, and whoever comes out on top of this mid fight wins. MOUZ, the timing on this, he's going to get caught. He's dead. They need one more. QB gone. Sight open. They're in.
Not entirely, though. Corey's still here. Low HP on JDC, but he couldn't hit the shots. Flashed himself back for a peek, but the smoke's down. Nade's going to be late. JDC is going to be removed from that position, or rather moved from that position, and stays alive in the site. And are we getting another save again? I have to. That's crazy.
But maybe a hunt now? Like, if you could sacrifice a couple.
It was I admire what they did to get the stack and go to mid, and then know that, hey, we got one, let's rotate back over. They're not going to react in time. They're not going to rush B.
I respect it a lot. I think the biggest issue was there was no plan of what if we pop flash mid and nobody's there? Right? That there was no other option. Right? As soon as they saw it was clear, they thought they must be in banana. They didn't consider second mid. They didn't consider over towards that Hall's position, and that really cost them. Cost them in a big way. But JDC, the savior of MOUZ so far, essential kills in towards that site. If QB had gotten like 1 kill there, it could have been a real opportunity here. Soulfly needs to live. Oh, fortunate. Very fortunate. An AWP available, Soulfly can drop. They can get rifles back out, but the comeback's on. We're level now, 14-14. Every single round that MOUZ have been able to lob onto that board has come with players saving for Sangal. And the frustration definitely starting to mount now, but this is the difference in the caliber of these teams. Well, 2 chances for either side to get this done in regulation or take us to overtime. Outcome still cloudy.
Well, yeah, MOUZ has been pretty cloudy, I think, in this game, but somehow they've pulled it back twice now as well. Remember, they were way down in the first half.
I don't know how you trust QB and MOUZ on site. I mean, if there was a push that came their way, these two have been about as strong as a wet paper bag.
17 kills combined.
Yeah, less than everybody else on their team. Just hasn't been good enough out of these two, and tasked with being the A defenders while the other 3 fortify the B defense. Corey coming back, inquisitive glance. Now they will play what is a 4-man lean towards A. Skrunk is in float. Soulfly's been strong, and you feel like you can bank on him to get you a couple of kills towards B here, but he's not entrenched in the site. He's playing more towards CT off the back of his util.
Smoke in position, Soulfly. Waiting with the anti-flash peek. Corey's going to be the first to go. Exertion, though, flashing back and running, making noise. Pre-fired op shot, that confirms the location of where he was, but look at Corey. He's gotten into Boiler, he's behind him. He's got a free kill, Exertion goes down. And you're absolutely right, now they have the call, but the piece will be picked up. Now Sports trying to get inside of the site. Skrunk, Soulfly, comes right back through. Oh, he actually got 2 on that. That's incredible that he managed the headshots and doubles up the score. And that might be enough to win out the round, because as they go for the boost, Torzy spots it. They're still down a man. They pull 1 further back, but the bomb has to get planted. 17 seconds to do so. And Torzy, look at Dexter's position. That is so risky. So risky. He just gets it on the ground. Just barely gives Torzy a chance. And he knows there's one at Banana, but he overcommits. He was trying to stay aggressive, trying to catch them off. And it'll be map point first for Sangal.
Wow, I cannot believe how that one just unfolded. That is mental scenes. Exertion does his job perfectly. As soon as they identified that there's a mid-wall retake, he had to, off the back of that flash, he staunched up a bit. He went, I'm smoking, I'm flashing, I'm taking a fight, but he gets found, and that information works against them. This is massive from Soulfly. How does he get 2 on the tick? That second kill. Good awareness from Torzy, takes down Skrunk, but MOUZ finishes things off here. And MOUZ, now they're under the pump. It's been a long time between drinks, but this one tastes bloody good for Sangal. 1 more round. That's all they need to take us into map number 2 with 1 under their belt. The big red button has been hit. Cyclone needs to set this one level. They're going to head into, well, what they hope to be a 2-minute break before overtime. But has that rumbled them here? been looking so good on the comeback trail, but this shows you just one misstep.
Yeah, absolutely. But 2 slow starts to halves. And an overall slow start to the series with that considered. MOUZ, they want to take the lead into Vertigo. They've got to do it now. They've got to win this round. It's
aggression. It's a knockout blow.
Okay. MOUZ the one to do it.
Not accounted for.
He's not. Torzy's not looking. He's going to have an op that's wide open. They turn. Good trade from Frozen at least. And Kubi's been spotted. JDC with 2. The aggression's going to cost them because he catches them out entirely. Corey's going to at least return the favor as he gets inside the boiler stairs on the AWP, but he's looking back down toward the apartments. He doesn't know. But there's not a second player there. He's waiting at mid. He's getting noise cues, and in the meantime, a wide open B site that's about to be taken as Exertion. Caught out. Corey has given them a chance.
They have to run into B, and they have to get this bomb down right now. Both players retaking from Banana. CT smoked, the molly available for Frozen here. They don't know where these 2 defenders are coming from. Now turned attackers. They've got the kit. They've got you 2. And they've got a chance right now to get this done, Sangal.
Second Molotov still in play, though. They'll put a smoke and a flash over. Cover off the Ruins position. Frozen can rotate around, though. He can go towards CT on this, and he's going to have the information they're both coming from that spot. Doesn't peek the first. Trying to play this out on the time. And Skrunk's going to be staring at him, keeping his head down. Corey's already in. Dexter plays the pillar, plays new box to perfection, and we're going to overtime. Well covered. He knew exactly the angles he needed to hold.
Huge stuff here for the in-game leader. Cannot believe that MOUZ have brought this one back 15-15, but this one needs to be separated in overtime. We're going to a break, and we'll decide how this one finishes. There are frustrations on the faces of Sangal, but they're playing some good Counter-Strike. BRB.
4 maps played today, with 3 of them have gone to overtime, this being the first of this series. MOUZ come back against Sangal twice, first half and second half, but they have enough to actually get the lead that they supposedly should have, according to the analyst, according to the desk, and I think you would have agreed with that, Chad.
Yeah, definitely so, but they've been caught sleeping today. They hit the snooze button one too many times. MOUZ had to stomach a close affair here. Now they've had a 2-minute break. Reset, refocus, bring that class in now against Sangal, who are playing some tidy CS, led by Soulfly and Corey. Those two have been putting on a bit of a show, but don't forget Scrunk. Boji, hard to operate with an AWP on the T side of this map, but struggled on the CT as well as deep nades. They'll chase him out of position for now.
Careful where you leave the bomb, though. That can be spotted if anyone peeks mid late, but drops it down, doesn't want to get caught, and wants to go aggressive with the op. Down to 49 HP. Frozen. Swings with a flash. Corner shots, doesn't land. Soulfly back in, activated. First time we've seen them actually go late, aggressive toward Banana late, because normally it's actually in the side with Crossfires. They have a very passive B defense. This time they get caught off for it.
Oh, handling the changeup on MOUZ and taking the fight to them. It's drawn a full rotation again. So Scrunk, I love the gamble calls. I love the way that he's moving the pieces around the board here. They will gamble towards B. That's going to put all the pressure on QB down towards Pit. Now, Exertion's going to think, hey, boys, there's something up. I have all this space right now towards Arch. This means one of two things. They're playing a 2A site setup, or they've gamble stacked towards B. Either way, he has so much time to make this around-the-world maneuver possible. Corey steps back in on the reload, and that's going to cost him.
Cost him dear. Gonna cost them more than that, because Soulfly on the boost, he was so committed to the position. He knew it's so strong on the entries and doesn't move, and Exertion reads him, kills Fozy. He's on an absolute tear in overtime. Just Kubi left. And again, 10K overtime. And Kubi has left this round with hopefully an M4.
Yeah, he's been a non-issue, hasn't he, this entire game?
Tough. Yeah, tough for him. No question. 30 rounds. Now the 31st. He still only has 6 kills. 27 ADR. That's not good enough.
No. No one do the maths on that KPR. That one is going to really stink. QB has been able to circumnavigate the MOUZ search party. We were looking for him, and I don't think they'll find him. What's the chance? Dexter has a glance to...
It's 0.2, by the way, Chad.
Your maths is quicker than mine, mate. I wouldn't have even bothered. Once we get to the decimals, it's all done. I send invoices as full figures only. Well, hands up. Yeah, I think that's the case for Sangal now. You've been caught red-handed. You had your best chance to run and close this game early. Corey just getting caught out there. And Exertion, with the inertia, just annihilates body after body. This one here is tidy. Thanks, Fozy. Thanks for giving me another head to add onto my little mantelpiece. Well, they can afford themselves one more purchase, but they lose it in similar fashion. We can wave goodbye to Sangal's economy for the final round here of OT.
Smoke and Molotov again. Soulfly getting aggressive. We didn't see a lot of this out of it in regulation. Torzi might catch them on this in the transition as well. They have to fall back. Frozen, yep, absolutely they do. They've got to go forward as well. They can't go back. They didn't have the time to do it. 7 HP only. Anything at all, and there it is. Would take him down. A nice nade from Soulfly. Torzi's on 22 as well.
I don't know why they're trying to pop Torzi up for a bit of a peak like that. It's so risky, and he hasn't been hitting shots. Only 13 kills so far. They're putting a lot in the hopper here, and he will drop the ball. ADC has been stalled for now, looking to throw out the one way, but Exertion, again, just the can opener that MOUZ need.
Exertion swinging. Fuzi's got it. It's Dexter that comes around from behind. JDC holds, and they walk directly into Hood's crosshair, trying to cover out the pit position as Dexter's now is going to head to Library. He'll find Soulfly and battles him sooner than he was ready to do so. And it's all onto Scrunk as a result in a 1-on-3. MOUZ looking to double up in overtime already. Goes 17-15. Nade deep. JDC didn't move from the position, and Scrunk didn't think anyone was there, so takes a bit of damage, not a lot, but it's going to slow him down even further, and they have the information to his position. Flash smoke. They're trying to get back around the corner. Only $1,600, remember, so this gun needs to be saved.
Oh, it's such a tough position to find yourself in overtime, and you're having to go for saves here, but that's the nature of the beast we have on our hands right now. Conversation for the future, but one that we didn't know we were going to have in the future is Exertion here. This is quite a performance for him when the pressure is actually really high. He's had some great rounds. He's had some fantastic rounds opening it up, and he's the man on the middle of the screen right here. Going good guns as Torji, not missing, but definitely not the impact you'd be looking for in a game like this. 17-15, 2 more rounds available for MOUZ to close things down. And 1 more to make it the clean sweep here on this T half. Now you can see the emissions in the buy. Sangal with no AWP. They do have that kit. And QB has been given the AK again. I would have a hard time making that decision, considering the only 6 kill output the poor kids had. Soulfly's already on 5?
Yeah, I was going to say Soulfly's in trouble. They played so well with the passive B setup, and in overtime they changed it up to go aggressive, and it's not really worked for... I mean, sure, they got the nade and the damage last round, but it hasn't really worked because didn't convert it. And Soulfly, for 2 of the 3 rounds, being this the second one, has gone down in Banana without doing any damage.
Oh dear. Well, this one spoke about drowning before. We got that sinking feeling. We move on to Vertigo next, and Ancient is the third and Decider if we need to get there. Don't know if we'll get past Vertigo, to be completely honest with you. The Des discussed it, and they're going to give us a little bit more in length, but here's QB. Here's a chance, an opportunity, a moment in the sun, and it's dark day for poor QB here.
Oh, Dexter catches Corey falling to his death, essentially, because he can't fire in the air, not with any good accuracy. Scrunk and Fuzi again, the 2 left. Fuzi comes around. M4 in hand. We'll get 1. Torzi, he's going to follow that to get frozen. Not terrible. Last round of the half, so they'll go for this now, a 2-on-2. And Fuzi's coming live again late, I have to say. He was, remember, we say him combined with Kubi were not looking solid. Well, he's up to 17 now himself. Dexter trying to find the timing on this. Scrunk waits inside smoke. They're going to pass each other, though, I think. Yep, and the noise made. Dexter turns. Perfect 1 tap. 18-15. They just need 1 more round, MOUZ.
And now they're on the defense, which is where their woes started, right? But we talked about slow starts. The first 10 rounds, when you combine the start of each half, were all Sangals, right? 5 out the gate on the T side, 5 out the gate on the CT side. And now, well, they're not getting anything. The gates are closed. After such a great attempt here, this one is going to take a lot of wind out of the sails, right? This is a blow to the confidence if you're Sangal. Not only did you know that this was your best opportunity to win the map, the best opportunity to make this a competitive series, you move into Vertigo next, and MOUZ are going to be ready and roaring for that. You've allowed them to awake the beast. Might be a little mouse, but it definitely has a big bite. There's exertion again. He seems like he's playing better in some of these pressure moments when he needs to step up. He's the heat-seeking missile, goes forward, takes out 1, does get traded by Corey. But in a 4-on-4 with 2 players on B, all MOUZ have to do here is stall them out.
Frozen. Scrunk has the shots. Dexter's gonna come back into it, but Corey's got the entry. Advantage to Sangal. Smoke to be absolutely sure that no one will be at CT and able to spot them while the bomb crosses, and they'll get the plant in at the B site now.
Big gap.
I don't know, towards the... Oh, we might. Careful. Okay, they see it. They know it. From back at New Box, you're not going to walk across that. They'll put a second smoke in. It goes a little bit deeper, and Torzi just starts firing like a turret, hoping he'll find something, but backing away to save the AWP.
If they wanted to try and flash JDC forward to look for something, you wouldn't hate it. But I think the fact they know they only need 1, why take the risk, right? Let's just hold on to this. If we don't get it done this round, we'll get it done next round, and oh, that was laser sharp. And if we don't get it done then, well, we need the cash to at least give us a Hail Mary chance to get this one done before we move to OT number 2. And I thought Exertion had done enough there, but they just surge forward after that. They execute in towards the site. Corey goes down. Happy to offer himself up to the Counter-Strike gods there.
See if the gods respond in turn. Respond favorably in turn, because it's 18-16. They hold on for at least 1 of the map points. So 3 chances to close it out for MOUZ. Sangal didn't have that many in regulation. Just the 1 for them.
Okay, here we go again. 3B opener here for MOUZ. 2 towards A. The AWP of Torji alongside a JDC. Molly's in exchange. Corey respects that. Smoke behind. Molly back. And well, that one is going to spread, so they will extinguish. This is a firefight.
Comes a flash, which is going to make things more awkward. Frozen luckily sneaks behind the barrel, because I think the short side of Exertion might have actually cost him, the fact that his shoulder was shown, but Fuzi will put Frozen down as he tries to rotate back out of Banana and toward the site, so that's 1 at least pulled back. Still the advantage for MOUZ, and they still have 2 here, so Exertion with a delayed smoke to disallow the entry, and then the incendiary in case they decided to run through it.
JDC can confirm here, if he continues to push, obviously we can see what he can't, but everyone's in banana. If he can, oh, he's not going. Never mind, it's 2v3 on B.
Gotta go sooner or later because it's a pretty far rotation from that point on the map. Exertion, never checked. Dexter does bury Kubi, so that incendiary intended to be thrown to delay the entry. He's gonna catch them off when they do go through. And MOUZ at least getting one more, turns back, but JDC has him down, and MOUZ Sports take map number 1.
Yeah, great stuff here. What a comeback. That is slow starts on either side, but fired up now in the fires in the belly. Just one more map to separate MOUZ from the major. Sangal, they're on the ropes. Their map choice not going in their favor, but Frozen, the veteran, trying to keep them calm. We're going to go to a break, then the desk, and yeah, deflation on the other side. Quite the contrast.
Think you know everything about CSGO? Then stay alert and look out for the DHL drop quiz on the ESL CSGO Twitch channel.
Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. Don't go your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. We both know we're not the same without rock bottom. Let it go, but we come back to am I your favorite kind of shame? Do I make you wanna hate? Don't go chasing your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. Don't go your demons and ghosts, 'cause you might find what you're looking for. You might find what you're looking for. What's the move? Gonna wild out, catch a groove. What's the move?